Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liaoming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhon. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Thupten Tarshi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the Maha Twin Lotus Ponds, the Padma Kumaras of all colors, Sumu, Ramthan Katsu, Thupten Siddhi, Thupten Kama, all Dhamma masters, Dhamma lecturers, Dhamma teachers, Dhamma instructors, Dhamma tutors, Temple and Center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? I would like to announce for next Sunday, August 11th at 3 p.m. there will be Golden Mother Homa fire offering ceremony. Thank you to Rainbow Temple, Master Lian Yan, Master Lian Xi, Lian Qing, Lian Wan, that the Golden Mother's image, that they have made several images of Golden Mother, and at the South Mountain Retreat I have enshrined 2 images, and at the True Buddha Tantric Quarters I have another 2 images. One is at the consultation room, and then one at the stairs, near the stairs, and then also at the painting room, and then also in my room at the Rainbow Temple. So thank you for making so many images. The print. When I was performing Padma Kumara during this ceremony, I saw Golden Mother and also 4 of our lineage root gurus. All 4 of them came. Including my own mother. My mother, the 4 lineage gurus, and Golden Mother all came. Thank you to Golden Mother that this life, all of my life, has been taken care of by Golden Mother. So next Sunday there will be Golden Mother Homa. Last night we talked about Badu deliverance during the Rainbow Temple's Homa, and then those that have not Badu delivered followed me home to South Mountain Retreat, and I had to find a way to help them. So South Mountain Retreat normally only Grandmaster Sumo, Eating, Dharma Sister Eating, and Chin, and then the caretaker Abby. Just this few people. But the South Mountain Retreat is always fully packed with visitors. So I joked that I had to take care of those kids, and I had to spend quite a bit of effort to do it. So logically, the Rainbow Temple should share the half of their registration donations for me, and they knew I was joking. So Master Yin said, but all of those belong to Grandmaster, and I replied, well, I could see, but I couldn't use it. I cannot use it. And then back home, I think it's when Vimalakirti told me that the best answer that Master Lien Yin should have said was that the Master has once said that everything is unattainable. So, because it's unattainable, so the Master would not mind, would not care. Whatever we obtain is to help Grandmaster to do charity. To help Grandmaster to do body work, to help that's spoken by Vimalakirti. So if that had been the answer, that would have been perfect. Then I wouldn't have said anything. That you're helping Grandmaster to do social work, also charity and body work. And as you know, I don't spend money. So even if you give me those money, I would not spend it because I never spend any money. So Vimalakirti helped Master Lien Yin to give an answer, which is helping Grandmaster to do body work to benefit people. For public welfare, because nobody can bring any money with them anywhere. That would have been the best answer. Just now, I saw 4 of the lineage gurus, my own mother, Guru mother. Let me share a joke. A rich man has a very dumb son who spent lots of money to invite a famous teacher to teach the son. And after a year, the rich man asks about his progress, the progress of the son. And the teacher said, out of 7, 6 passed. This is actually a Chinese idiom. So the rich man was very pleased and gave a lot of money to the teacher. And a few days later, there was a visitor to the house, and the rich man used the words of the teacher to praise his son. But the visitor knew that one is not understood, which means like none of them. It's a Chinese idiom. So like this lens is so I often told the jokes about the ant marrying the elephant, and the ant got married to the elephant, and not only a few days the elephant died. So the ant was trying to bury the elephant and crying and said, "Oh my dear, how can you die before I do? I can't do anything other than burying you all my life because the elephant is too big. It would be impossible." So there are many jokes about the ant marrying the elephant. I've told that jokes. And the elephant crawl and climb up the elephant, and then to his ear and spoke something, and then the elephant fainted because the ant said, "Oh honey, I'm pregnant." So the elephant fainted. And then another joke. On the bank of the lake, the ant was calling the elephant who's playing in the water on the lake, like, come over here, come on, come up. And then the elephant got off the water and what's up? And then the ant said, "Okay, nothing, just get back into the water." So the elephant was curious. "Why are you calling me out of the water?" "Oh, I just want to check if you're wearing my swimming trunk." This is very funny. So the ant got divorced from the elephant. So what's the reason? And the ant said, "It's too much suffering to get married to the elephant. I just wanting to kiss him, I have to climb up for so long. And then finally I got up there, and then we were about to kiss, and then with his breath, then I am being blown away again. That's the reason for getting divorced. This joke is not right. There are 5 reasons in life. Smoking would give you good health, and gambling train your brain, and drinking you have no worries, and when you get in a fight you train your limbs and get bad training with bird. If you follow these principles, then you would live happily till old. I remember a joke. It's a drunkard is going home. Well, he got home and took out his keys to open his door, and just couldn't place the key into the keyhole, and trying for so long, still couldn't put it in. So a policeman came by and asked, "Can I help you?" And the drunkard told the policeman, "Oh, please help me to hold the wall so that it doesn't move. Then I can open the door." There's no benefit in drinking, so Grandmaster also stopped drinking. When I was in the military, I was famous for drinking. The people in the military would carry a water bottle, but for me, it's filled with wine. There was a guest who came to the dorm to look for me, and is there a survey engineer here that's always with a red face? So I drank that my face is always blush. When I left the dormitory, so we had our own bed. So it's using canvas with 4 sticks to prop it up, and then with the mosquito net. So I was taking it down, and then under the bed they were all wine bottles. That's how it was when I was the survey officer in the military. So in the surveying team, I stayed for 3 years. If there was no project, then I would go out and drink. And then when I got back to the dorm, I would be pretty drunk. And then singing and walking, swinging my hair, and walking back into the dorm, into my room. When I was giving a Dharma teaching at the Taiwan Temple, my team lead came, and then I invited him for dinner, and he secretly asked me, "Are you still drinking now?" And I said, no more. So actually, even back then, I wasn't drinking any longer. And this time, for a short period of time, at the Seattle Temple, I had been drinking sake. And I discovered my capacity for alcohol has decreased. I just drank a little small sake cup, and I did not even finish it. Just 2 little cups, and my face is already very red. And because with my drinking, somebody copied me, a monk, ordained member, who copied me and drank every day. So it's not easy to be a guru, so I decided to stop. Because by me drinking, they also drink, and they're already ordained. And I asked, how come you're drinking? And they said, oh well, Grandmaster drank too, so we followed. So I stopped and started eating ice cream, and I felt very happy having some ice cream every day. And then when we got to the hospital, everything went out of range, and then the doctor asked, what have you been eating? Ice cream. And then he warned me never to eat ice cream again. So now I stopped eating ice cream. Now the kitchen team, thank you to the chef Eva. She made ice cream without any cream, so it's like sorbet, blueberry, and strawberry. And without cream, without fat, so I can eat that. So that's what I eat at the Seattle Temple. We can call it ice cream too, I suppose, or sorbet. Too many restrictions in the human life. Now we'll do the Q&A. A question from Canada. Homage to Grandmaster, living Buddha Rinzon. I have benefited greatly from listening to Grandmaster's exposition on Vimalakirti Sutra. Guru explained the most inconceivable wisdom using the most common language, which is truly brilliant. Especially thank you for your hard work. In history, when the fifth patriarch Kongren, the great master Kongren, was about to pass the Dharma book and lineage, he asked his disciples to each compose a verse. And Sun Xiu wrote the verse, "The body is a body tree, the mind is a bright mirror stand, constantly, diligently wipe it, let no dust settle." But Huineng's verse is that the body has never been a body tree, the mind is not a bright mirror, there has never been a single thing where can dust alight. So afterwards, the great master Kongren passed the Dharma robe to Huineng, and thus Huineng became the famous sixth patriarch of Zen Buddhism. My questions: I humbly request Grandmaster to explain the fundamental difference between these two verses. And two, in my daily practice, I like Sun Xiu's verse with daily challenges of greed, anger, ignorance, arrogance, without regret, distracting, delusional thoughts, which is quite similar in nature. So, Grandmaster, how can we cross the gulf between these two verses? The difference between these two verses. What the verse written by Sun Xiu was about existence, and the verse written by Huineng was about emptiness. One is emptiness and one is existence. It says by coincidence that the Vimalakirti Sutra is talking about this. Why don't you just listen to the teaching later? So the fundamental difference, Sun Xiu was talking about existence and Huineng was talking about emptiness. So how do we cross this gulf between these two verses? But for Huineng, with his wisdom, there is no need to cross. Not crossing is the same as crossing. But if according to Sun Xiu, then you should just make a big step. You just run from far away and then jump over it. Sun Xiu would say that. Then you would be able to cross it. But Huineng would say there's no need to cross it. So today we will be talking about what you're asking. What a coincidence. And from Canada. You must have some supernatural power. Because we will be talking about this today. Why don't you just listen? My mom gave birth to two daughters. I look very ordinary, but my younger sister is very beautiful. So I asked my mom, "You're so unfair." And my mom replied, "Well, you know, at first I had no experience, no knowledge. So that's why I gave birth to you. And then later on, I had experience and knowledge. So your younger sister is more beautiful. Because there is a difference. Because experience makes a difference." So mom said that. This is a joke about Hui Jun. Some people say my butt's huge. That's so funny. That's not a big butt, but that's it's settling in the world. So today is the first day of the Goose month, the 7th month. On the 1st of the 7th month, we say that the gates to the ghosts open. So we should burn some paper, money, and offerings to hell beings, because in the future when we go to hell, then we have some brothers to take care of us. Now let's talk about Vimalakirti Sutra. How come you did not make a note here? Yesterday we talked about the Bodhisattva electric sky. Now we talk about Bodhisattva delightful vision. What is delightful vision, Bodhisattva? So everyone would be pleased to see this Bodhisattva. This Bodhisattva like sentient beings. This Bodhisattva is very pleased to see sentient beings, and sentient beings are always also very happy to see him. That's the meaning of this name, Bodhisattva. Delightful sight. So he's very delighted seeing sentient beings, and sentient beings are also very delighted to see him. So that's why he's called the delighted in seeing Bodhisattva. He said, form and emptiness are two. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is not the annihilation of form, but the natural form. The nature of form is inherently empty. Similarly, sensation, perception, mental formation, action, and consciousness and emptiness are two. Consciousness is emptiness. Emptiness is not the annihilation of consciousness, but the nature of consciousness is inherently empty. Those who thoroughly understand this enter the Dhammacakkhapanavarti. The whole article is the same way. So Bodhisattva, delighted in seeing, said, form and emptiness are two. Form is form. Existence is existence. And emptiness is emptiness. So this form does not necessarily represent a beauty or ugliness. This form means existence. Like what we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we smell, what we touch with the body, and what's on the mind or consciousness, those are all called form or existence. And the other one is emptiness, where nothing exists. So that's the two extremes. One is talking about existence and the other one is about emptiness, like the question asked earlier. One talked about existence, the other one talked about emptiness. Grandmaster had learned 自己 the geology formation, that the whole earth had gone through a transformation over seven times, that you can dig some seashells or fossils of the seashells in the mountains. How come? Because the seashells should have been in the ocean. How come they are at the peak of the mountains? Because millions of years ago, that was the bottom of the oceans. So once you learn about this, you would know. So the first statement said that in this transformation, geological transformation, there has been several times. So were there dinosaurs before? Yes. But have you ever seen them? In the Science Museum in Taichung, there was man-made dinosaurs. Oh, they're Tyrannosaurus, all different kinds of dinosaurs. The dinosaurs that can fly. So those were just images. So have you ever seen the true dinosaurs? No one. In the movies, of course those were fake. Nobody has ever seen the real dinosaurs. But at my house, I have a dinosaur egg. Do you believe it? Master Dianqi, can you provide the witness? Yes. There's a dinosaur egg. It's huge. That's a fossil of a dinosaur's egg. And everybody believes in the existence of dinosaurs because they're fossils. But that's from millions of years ago, or thousands. So that's the transformations of the earth. So because in the glacier, there are the eggs of some supervirus. So when the temperature has risen, so the glacier started to melt. But that's usually very rare. There was a beautiful park in Canada, and we saw the glacier there, and they cut it with a saw, and the ice is very deep, very thick, and they would never melt for hundreds of years. But in them, there are supervirus. So if they're hatched, then all the humans would be obliterated, would die. So there are 7 times of all upside down transformations. So from existence to emptiness to existence to emptiness, continually 7 times. So if you learn geology, you would know. Millions of years ago, things from millions of years ago, you can still find. Like the dinosaurs, nobody ever seen it, but they did exist. So emptiness and existence are ever changing. For a moment they exist, and then for a moment they don't. So it seems that the earth would not be a good place to live because the temperature is getting warmer and warmer. And so it's like the earth is having a fever. And then the Dulufan, the volcano, now they have 70 degrees Celsius every day. It's recorded in the Journey to the West that Monkey Sin, the Monkey King was passing that volcano, Dulufan. So he borrowed the fan from a lady in order to pass by. So now it's 70 degrees in that area. So anything can live at that temperature. So now it's already 40 degrees around the earth. I remember in Shanghai, it's already 40 degrees a few days ago. In Taiwan, 37 degrees Celsius, August. And then Tulufan, 70 degrees. And here it's already very hot. It's close to 30, 28. And we already feel hot at 28. But just imagine if the earth reaches 70 degrees in the future, can we still live on earth? It's impossible for humans to live. And at such a time, what will happen? It'll become emptiness, nothing. Everything will melt or burnt. The asphalt. Like the asphalt road will be melted. You wouldn't be able to drive or walk on it. Everywhere there would be fire. So at such a time, the earth would become the fire heaven. Would there be anything? No. So what is it that you're trying to cross? Just save it. So we all just go to following our own karma. There would not be any humanity anymore, no more human beings. We just go wherever our karma brings us, and that would be called emptiness. So the basic characteristic of the earth is also emptiness, and this existence is only temporary. So what Huineng wrote was talking about emptiness, and what's spoken in the Vajra Sutra, non-phenomena of self, non-phenomena of others, non-phenomena of sentient beings, and non-phenomena of lifespan, directly points out that everything returns to emptiness. And the earth will become emptiness in the future, really empty. At that time, there will not be Grandmaster, and you won't be there. Everything returns to zero. So what else is left? So that's the emptiness spoken by Huineng. And what is existence? Grandmaster speaking Dharma exists. You're listening to the Dharma exists. And the Buddha Dharma exists. That's called existence. But the basic nature of existence is emptiness. It all comes from emptiness. That's why the Heart Sutra states form is emptiness, or existence is emptiness, emptiness is existence, and emptiness and existence are no different from each other. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, in the penetration of the five aggregates, realized that the five aggregates are empty. Everything is empty. Once you understand this, you have no attachments whatsoever in your heart mind. Without any cares and attachment, you have no fear. And without fear, there's no inverted thinking. And then you leave behind all the inverted thinkings. So Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, when he went deep into the meditation, realized that everything is empty. So nobody can ever gain anything. That's called the unattainability. And then you don't have any more care and constraints, and without care and constraint you have no fear. And because you know there is nothing to gain, you're bodhisattva, and then that would be attainment. So what's stated in the Vimalakirti Sutra, the flower scattering goddess asks Sariputra, how did you attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi? And Sariputra replied, it's through unattainability. And the flower scattering goddess replied, that's correct, because all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas gain enlightenment through the recognition or understanding of the nothing to gain, to attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So Huineng won over Sun Xiu. Huineng, who talk about emptiness, and Sun Xiu won over Sun Xiu, who talk about existence. So Huineng went south and become the, and so Senshu went north, and that's the northern Zen Buddhism, and Huineng went south, becomes southern Zen Buddhism. And Wu Zetian Empress really admires Senshu. And Huineng returned to Guangdong or Lingnan area, which was his homeland, and he gained the path, and that's called the Southern Zen. And then next, it was divided into 5 schools. Zen Buddhism is one flower with 5 petals. Huayan school, Weiyang school, Chaodong school, Lingji school, There were several lineage patriarchs that got divided into 5 schools. But now Huayan and Weiyang disappeared, and Chaodong and Lingji are more popular in Japan and Korea. Lingji is more popular there and also in Taiwan. And in Japan, I also saw the spiritual center of the Chaodong school and Lingji school. And also in Korea, the Chaodong and Lingji. So these 2 schools. And the Venerable Guoxian from Hong Kong, who helped me shift my head, belonged to the Lingji school. And they had several, like so Master Changzhi and Changren. Their Dharma names belonged to the Lingji school. They were the generation of Chang, and Venerable Monk Guoxian is with the Guo Dharma name. Those were the generation names of the Lingji school. That's how it was. So Northern Zen, Southern Zen, Senshu went to the north, and Wu Zetian Empress really liked him. And so the Northern Zen flourished there. And the Southern Zen was Huineng's, who started it, and then one became 5. So one talked about existence and one talked about emptiness. But emptiness is the same as existence, and existence is the same as emptiness. They're not separate and indistinguishable. So they're the same. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. And form is no different from emptiness. So you don't think of either. It doesn't matter whether it's form, or existence or emptiness, and that's when you don't think of both, then that's entering the Dharma gate of non-duality. So the question asked from Nianhua Yi from Canada, there is no need to cross the gulf because there is no gulf. There is no need to cross. And you don't need to extend your leg how wide to cross. There's also no entrance. Just follow your affinity to benefit sentient beings, and that would be good enough. Doesn't matter. You don't need to worry what is existence and what is emptiness. And this is called Dharma gate of non-duality. So give the microphone. You have a question? Or you just want to say it louder? You want me to explain what is a well gone? So, means you die well. So, just die well, that's it. But this is the epithet for a Buddha, so it must not be easy. So the best kind of a death is a Buddha, and that's called well gone or well departed. So whether you're afflicted or not afflicted, form and emptiness are no different. So can you use it in the certain? Yes, because he departed really well. That's his attainment. One of the 10 epithets for the Buddha, the well departed. Oh, the teacher of humans and heavens, the Buddha, the benevolent one, the weakened one, and one of them is the well departed. And it's one that's very clear because once you are enlightened to the emptiness, then you're about to die. That's a good kind of death. I've thought of this before. What is the well departed? Because, or Sugata, because of the 10 epithets, this Sugata or the well departed is difficult to explain. Why is the Buddha called well departed? Because you die really well. You have no regrets because you have realized emptiness. Like Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. So the Monkey King's Dharma name is enlightened to emptiness, and Wu Jing is enlightened to the purity, and then enlightened to the ability. These are characters in the journey to the West. Sun Wukong, why was he called Wukong? That's well departed. So if you're enlightened to emptiness, then that's called well departed or Sugata. So die well. And when we say Sanjai, which is like well, excellent. So a good death, or well departed, that's called enlightenment to emptiness. Enlightened to the principle of emptiness. So that's why I feel it's okay. It's no big deal. Nothing. Living in this world, in the future, it's best that we don't encounter apocalypse or catastrophe, because if we do, immediately we're all gone. Look at the dinosaurs, that huge, and some of them are very ferocious, and some can fly. There are many species, many types, many subgroups. And I also have dinosaur egg at home, and every day I would join my palms to it. It's huge. Very rare to see such a huge dinosaur egg. And then when a little dinosaur hatches, someone gave it to me. They didn't have anything better to give than the dinosaur's egg. Dinosaur egg. Human life is a very strange thing. Living in this world, if we can live a good life, that would be called well. If you can die well, that's called well departed. What are you asking me to do? You're trying to hurt me, harm me? Padma Kumara is truly great. He's at the Mahatma Lotus Ponds. He's also Amitabha Buddha's emanation, and Amitabha Buddha is great. He's truly great. And in Tantric Buddhism, we also have Hevajra, and his hands are holding something. On his hands, there are kapalas, like bowls, and in them, two of them contain the sun and the moon. So we can ask Hevajra to help out. The mantra of Hevajra. We pray to Hevajra that the sun that you hold in your hand, please move the sun just a little bit away from the earth. If it's too much, we'll die from cold, but if it's too close, we'll die from heat. So just at the right distance, just slightly away from the earth, so we have normal temperature again. We pray to Hevajra, Heruka, by your great power, may Hevajra help us accomplish all good work. Now, Maha Twin Lotus Ponds, Padma Kumara, pray to Hevajra. We pray so that the sun and the distance between the sun and the earth can be maintained at the optimal distance, so that the temperature decreases just a little bit, not too cold but not too hot, so that it's just right. Okay, so I have prayed on your behalf. Really, if it's too hot, we can't stand it. That's how hells are. Let me tell you. What are the hells? 8 hot hells and 8 cold hells. Those are the 16 major hells. 8 of them are very hot, 8 of them are very cold, freezing cold. So when you fall into the hells, you wouldn't be able to bear it. And now it's like 37, 36, we can't bear it anymore. Taiwan 37 and Shanghai 40 degrees Celsius. And someone told me that at the Durufan, the volcano there is 70 degrees. And I heard that the Death Valley in California is 50 degrees. So you heard it. I prayed already. So, Hey Vajra, please don't embarrass me, okay? Don't let me be embarrassed if it's getting harder tomorrow. What? Then we'll just postpone it to the day after and the day after. When the old ladies saw the 100-meter run, it was very smooth, and then they were holding a gun and was trying to target. Hmm? Yeah. I'm sorry, I totally missed that. Do you know what time we shouldn't talk about jokes? It's 1 p.m. Because this is also Chinese pun. Because at 1 it's not funny at all, which means it's not funny at all. It's a Chinese pun. Oh, money baby.